Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on and talk to you guys today about feeling drained. Ah, I figured that after I created my blog post today, I would get on here and talk about it. Why? Because I woke up this morning feeling so sluggish. And I thought about how I used to feel when I would wake up, maybe not feeling well or you have a rough day, and how I would handle that and what I do now. And they are two completely different ways of being. So I just kind of laughed about it when I was sitting with myself this morning, doing all of my little things that I was doing to help myself feel better. And I was like, this really is all about feeling drained, reclaiming your energy, and nurturing the mind and the body and the soul in ways that truly replenish you. And how many of us actually do that? Like, how many of us actually take the time or give ourselves that time to feel better, right? And I was thinking about it, and it's like how many of the traditional self care things that are out there just maybe don't seem like enough or they don't work because it is very specific to the individual, is what I've found. And so I want to first, I will share with you guys the blog that I wrote today about this. And then it's going to also give you simple shifts that you can use to restore your energy naturally and honor your needs. Here's the big one, especially for the moms out there, or all of us that are not only moms but busy, that have jobs and a million things to do. How to honor your needs without guilt. So it's it's so funny. Yeah. So just a quick, because I make it a point to not go on and on about how I feel because feelings pass and I know how to help myself. And it's a real fine line between feeling and setting an intention and feeling completely different. And that's what I did today. But I will share with you that I woke up, I had this awful sinus pressure. I could feel it even in my neck. And I will literally share with you what I shared in my group about what I did. And I went downstairs, acknowledged the fact that I woke up feeling like shit. And I went downstairs and I blew my nose and I used some of my natural nasal spray that I have because I usually will do a more natural approach first. And I sat down and took some deep breaths. I steamed my face. I put peppermint oil on my neck. I was rubbing my neck. And after about 20 minutes or so went by, I was just like, ugh, like I am not feeling better. And I just said, screw it. I popped a sinus pill and didn't feel guilty about it. And then gave myself some more time. And after about an hour, I started to come to. I was drinking a big glass of water. I only had one cup of coffee. I usually have a couple. Now I'm just having tea. And it started to turn. And I notice, and this could be the case with a lot of people as well, but it's like when you wake up not feeling well and your day is just starting, it can really piss you off. You're like, this is not how I planned to start my day. And then any little thing that starts happening just like compounds, right? So I get it. And this is what I do now to feel like how I am feeling now and to maintain a high vibrational state. because not everything always feels like good or high vibrational, right? And we don't want to try and convince ourselves. It's the very last thing that I do. Like, I don't try to convince myself that I feel good when I don't feel good. I acknowledge it and I move on. But setting an intention really helps as well because it makes you more active in your position of helping yourself to feel better. And that, I prefer. So, with that being said, let's get started on this blog. Titled The Art of Self Care When Your Energy Feels Low. We all experience days when our bodies feel heavy, our minds are foggy, and our energy feels stuck. Even those of us who are deeply committed to our spiritual path are not immune to this natural ebb and flow. The question isn't how to avoid feeling off, but rather how to support ourselves through it with grace, self-compassion, and alignment. Instead of seeing low energy days as setbacks, we can reframe them as invitations to deepen our relationship with ourselves. So when we learn to care for our energy, not just when it's high, but especially when it's low, we cultivate a way of living that is deeply nourishing, sustainable, and truly high vibrational. So, number one, accept what is without resistance. This is a big one. I used to always try to resist not feeling well. It was a habit that I was in, and it was really because, not feeling well doesn't feel good, and we don't want to feel that way. So we resist it and try to push it away or, just pop pills to make it feel better, to go away. Yeah. So, number one, accept what is without resistance. One of the fastest ways to get stuck in an off state is to fight against it. So, if you wake up feeling sluggish, like I did this morning, telling yourself I shouldn't feel this way or I need to snap out of this only creates more resistance. Okay. So instead, try acknowledging how you feel without judgment. So I feel low today, and that's okay. So letting go of the need to fix it immediately, like what I shared with you that I did. I trust that this will shift when it's ready, right? And I did. I trusted it, but I took some action steps as well. Like, I'm not one that's going to just sit around and feel bad and not do anything about it and just ask myself some questions and not do anything. It's not me. Um, Letting go of the need to fix it immediately. I think I already just said that, and trust that this will shift when it's ready. This is true. We don't need to jump right into fixing. Because it's not about fixing. Being curious instead of reactive. So what might my body, mind, or energy be communicating with me today? Mine, obviously, as soon as I woke up, was communicating with me today that I was not going to be going as fast as what I usually do. It's like, no, you're going to slow down today. So this approach that I just talked about creates spaciousness for your energy to naturally recalibrate. So I do give myself a lot of space in that regard. This is also where you can set an intention, like I said. So although you feel off, you're honoring yourself because, you feel off, but you can simultaneously set the intention for the intended desire, like that state that you want to create. And so number two, tune into your needs. They might be different today. And that's what I did because mine definitely were. And so what you normally do to feel good might not be what you need today. So instead of forcing a routine, and I did not force my routine, ask yourself, do I need more rest or movement? I sat down even and stretched for a little while. Do I need solitude or connection? That's a big one, It's like, for me, I needed some more solitude today. Would nourishment today look like maybe warm, grounding foods, something light or something refreshing? I decided that I only had one cup of coffee. I normally have a couple. And when I had my cup of coffee, I had a protein drink with my coffee, and I had that right away this morning. Sometimes I can drink caffeine on an empty stomach in the morning and have water, and I'll feel good. But the way I was feeling today, I felt like that would have been too much. So I was really in tune with that and acknowledged it. And so I did it different. Do I need silence, or would I like music to uplift me? I definitely this morning was not feeling like music. I wanted silence. I wanted to not wake up and have to take care of a bunch of animals and tend to all those needs and stuff like that. But I have a bunch of animals, and so I did do that, and then was quickly done with it and gave myself some time afterwards to sit and just really relax. So your intuition will guide you towards what will be the most supportive in the moment. And that's how it is for me. So number 3, shift your energy gently. Sometimes feeling off is just stuck energy that needs movement. So here's some ways that you can create just like gentle shifts with that. Breath work, like what I said. I sat down and I closed my eyes and I breathed deeply into my body, and like big deep breaths in and hold and then release. And do that a couple of times to really just connect. Movement, walking, stretching, dancing to help the energy flow. For me, it was slow stretching this morning. So my mat is out all of the time, and it's something that I do every day. So water, you can take a warm shower, a cool shower, a salt bath. Salt baths tend to be my favorite, or a really hot shower, and then I'll turn it to like really cool and kind of go back and forth. I don't prefer super cold showers or the cold plunges that you see a lot of people doing. I just don't love being cold. And also consuming water too. I drink a good filtered water. I'm on a well here, and then I run it through a Berkey filter. So I'll just get a big, glass of water. I usually always have a mason jar everywhere I go. So I'll have multiples of those throughout the day, I think 4. And really just get your water in. So nature. So stepping outside, even briefly. It's actually sunny here today. So I have been outside walking around and just enjoying. We have a really heavy wind that's coming through right now, and just enjoying the fresh air. Or I'll take the dogs on a walk around the field. So really just stepping outside, getting on the ground, getting in the fresh air, getting in some nature can really reset your energy field, just that connection. And if one of those ideas feels like too much in the moment, so go for the smallest possible step, like simply opening a window, placing your hand on your body somewhere and just breathing and connecting in with your body. I did open the windows today because it's actually really nice and warm out at the moment. So I did that as well. So honor the wisdom, number 4. Honor the wisdom of rest. So not all off days require fixing, or it doesn't mean that something needs to be fixed or that something is wrong. It can just be that you feel sluggish, and that's okay. And it can be an invitation to slow down. So if you've been doing a lot of work, you've been doing a lot of deep inner work, you're going through, a period of growth, you're processing a lot, your body may be integrating all of that, and everything's just kind of recalibrating. So acknowledge that and then move forward. So instead of pushing through, consider allowing yourself extra sleep, naps, canceling non-essential plans without guilt, giving yourself permission to do less and trust that that's enough. So true self-care isn't about doing more, right? It's about listening to what your body and your energy need right now. So number 5, engaging in nourishing practices. So, while it's important not to force, positivity, just gentle practices can shift your state. So whether, you get out your journal and you write everything down without filtering it, just write down how you honestly feel and then let your emotions move through you. And then you can practice gratitude without bypassing. So I've never been the type of person that can sit down and try and convince herself to say something that I don't believe, and or sitting down and making myself say things that I'm grateful for that I don't actually feel grateful for, because it creates this incongruency, and that's not what you want. It does not create energy alignment. So gratitude, instead of forcing yourself to be positive or grateful about things that you don't maybe feel grateful for in the moment, you can just do small things that feel good to you in the moment, like, I'm thankful I feel better now than what I did earlier. I'm thankful that I had a clean shirt to be able to put on for this live. Just simple, funny things like that. I'm thankful that I have a coffee mug and some tea. And then even some grounding rituals, placing your feet on the earth, holding a warm cup of tea, simply closing your eyes and breathing into your body. Energy clearing. You can go through and diffuse essential oils in the house. And I love incense. So I had some incense going. I have a couple of essential oil diffusers. I didn't turn those on. I just put essential oil right on myself, is what I chose to do. Number 6, remember that this too shall pass. So not feeling, or no feeling is final, is how I want to say it. Like, just because you're feeling that way in the moment, it's not final. It comes and it goes, it ebbs and it flows. So just like tides, our emotions and energies have a rise and fall to them. The more we embrace this natural rhythm, the easier it becomes to navigate these shifts with trust rather than frustration. That's a big one. So when we stop seeing off days as something to fix and start seeing them as part of the human experience, we shift from resistance to acceptance. Because true alignment isn't about feeling amazing all of the time. It's about now knowing how to hold space for yourself through all of it. So instead of asking, how do I make this go away? Try asking, how can I support myself through this with love? Big difference. Your energy and your emotions and your state of being are all fluid. So trust yourself, trust the ebbs and flows, and most of all, trust that you're still on your path, even on the days that feel heavy. So number 7, the path to high vibrational living. Many people think that being a high vibration means always being happy or energized or spiritually on. But in reality, high vibrational living isn't about avoiding difficult emotions. It's about how you respond to them. A high vibrational state is one that's cultivated, and it's done through radical self-acceptance. So rather than resistance, deep trust in your energy's natural rhythms, the ability to shift your state with love rather than force, and a commitment to honoring your needs instead of overriding them. That one right there was a big one for me. So when we stop seeing low energy moments as setbacks and instead embrace them as part of our energetic ecosystem, we begin to move through life with more grace, ease, and flow. And this is what truly raises our vibration. Not bypassing discomfort, but mastering the art of responding to ourselves with love. So actually being high vibrational in day-to-day life. High vibrational living isn't just about feeling good in any moment. It's about creating an energetic foundation that allows you to return to balance more easily when challenges arise. So here's how this approach naturally raises your vibration. So number one, you're going to go from self-acceptance to self-acceptance from like less energetic resistance. So when you stop fighting against your emotions or physical sensations, you actually free up the energy that would otherwise be spent on resistance. So what this does is it actually creates an openness, right? And allows energy to move through you rather than getting stuck, leading to a greater sense of flow and ease. Big difference. And then deep listening equals greater alignment. So checking in with what you need moment to moment helps you make choices that truly nourish you, whether that's rest, movement, creativity, or connection. So this strengthens your intuitive connection and keeps you aligned with that higher aspect, that higher self of you. So emotional honesty equals an authentic frequency. So suppressing emotions actually lowers your frequency by creating energetic blocks. Honoring how you feel without judgment keeps you in an authentic energetic integrity, which is the highest vibration you can actually embody in your being. So gentle states and shifting, what that does is it strengthens the energy flow. So engaging in supportive practices like what I mentioned, the breath work, movement, grounding, without forcing positivity actually helps you gradually shift into higher states while respecting your own process. Big difference. This builds emotional resilience so that when these external circumstances occur, they have less power over you and you have that strong inner state that you've created. And then also trusting in the process creates a higher frequency of peace. So knowing that off days are just as much a part of the journey as high energy ones allows you to hold like steady in your vibration rather than spiraling into frustration. So this creates an energetic baseline of peace, making it easier to return to your natural state of joy and clarity. And so to wrap this up, true high vibrational living starts with self-kindness. Truly high vibrational life isn't about forcing yourself to feel good all of the time, right? It's about how you meet yourself in every state of your experience. It's about shifting from judgment to compassion and from resistance to trust, from force to flow. So when you honor your energy's natural rhythms instead of fighting them, you create an internal environment where peace, clarity, and vitality can naturally emerge. You cultivate deep resilience, one that allows you to move through challenges with grace, knowing that every phase has its purpose. So the next time you wake up feeling off, instead of asking, how do I fix this? Try asking, how can I love myself through this? Oh, it can feel uncomfortable, I'll be honest, but it really works. Because the highest vibrational state you can be isn't about perfection. It's about deep presence with yourself, no matter where you are in your journey. And when you master this, your energy becomes unshakable. You are still aligned, you are still on your path, and you are always worthy of love, exactly as you are. Have a great day, everyone.